I pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can I have a roll call of supervisors, please? Supervisor Gable and Supervisor Holman are excused. Moving on, we're going to have the recognition of the 2017-2018 Youth and Governance members. Vicki?
Thank you, Chairman Esposito. Tonight we will be our 12th group of students to participate in Youth and Governance. We've had 162 youth participate in Youth and Governance since the program started in 2007. On behalf of the Kenosha County Board of Supervisors and Kenosha County UW Extension, we would like to recognize the following youth for their outstanding contributions to Kenosha County through their participation in the Kenosha County Youth and Governance Program from May 2017 through May 2018. The program continues to have impact in the city and county of Kenosha, as these youth take the leadership skills and experience they have had with them into their post-high school journey. Kenosha County can be proud that they were an early adapter of including youth in county government. Other counties across the country want to replicate the success. Thank you to all the parents of the Youth and Governance members. The support you have given your youth is invaluable. We will now recognize our Youth and Governance members completing their term. When I call your name, please come forward to receive your certificate from Daniel Esposito, Chairman of the Kenosha County Board, and Erin Decker, Chairwoman of the Planning, Development, and Extension Education Committee. Please hold your applause until all youth are recognized. Judiciary and Law. Anna Delalise, she is not here tonight. Morgan Kalamaga, Mentor Supervisor Skalitsky. Finance and Administration, Jeremy Yin. Emma Heller Cavanier, Supervisor Retzloff. Human Services, Megan Setter, Nakia Hughes, she is not with us tonight. Supervisor Poole. Joint Services, Jamal Hanson. Janaki Rawal, Chief of Staff, Tonkis. Legislative, Isabella Ricker. Aubriana Mackey, she is not able to be here. Supervisor Franco. Public Works, Aiden Moore. Alexander Dawson, Supervisor Wambolt. Planning Development Extension Education Committee, Julia Arturi. Jonathan Filitro. Supervisor Gilmore. A tradition with Youth and Governance is to ask current members who have served to share brief remarks about their experience. Youth and Governance members Janaki Raul, a junior at Indian Trail Academy, and Isabella Ricker, a junior at Trimper High School, will share brief remarks.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Janaki Rawal, and this past year, I was given the opportunity to serve on the Youth and Governance Board for Joint Services. First and foremost, I'd start by thanking everybody who interviewed me and considered me as somebody worthy of this opportunity to serve on the board. Secondly, I'd like to thank the Joint Services Board. I can wholeheartedly say this board is filled with generous people and creative individuals who are really driven to make Kenosha County a more safer and better place to live. And third, I'd like to thank my mentor, Ms. Jenny Tenkes, for allowing me and my inquisitive self to ask an unsurmountable amount of questions and having the answers to all of them. This program has opened my eyes and making me a more informed individual and citizen of Kenosha County. Through serving on Youth and Governance, I learned about the facilities offered in Kenosha County, and I was also able to see what features my board was implementing to keep our citizens safe, from the transfer to New World, to the new shooting range, and the current development of text to 911. From being a member on the board, I learned how to be outspoken about my beliefs and ask questions. Being in this program encouraged me to read the newspaper and watch the news, which is something I wouldn't have done otherwise. So now I'd like to spread my newly gained wisdom to the inductees tonight. So take the time to read the agendas. Put in the time, ask questions, don't be afraid to challenge other people's opinions. This program is here for you to take advantage of it, and do so, because neither party will benefit by both sides staying silent. Thank you once again for this time and this opportunity.
Good evening. My name is Isabella, and for the past year, I have served as one of the youth members on Kenosha County's Legislative Committee. I have found Youth and Governance to be both a challenging and rewarding program. Through my position, I was able to attend meetings, engage in discussion, and cast a non-binding vote. These experiences allowed me to develop my understanding of government and shape my personal leadership skills. As a student of both United States history and United States government, I was able to connect many of the concepts I was learning in my classes to the issues that we talked about in meetings. When we covered gerrymandering, I was able to recall debating whether to pass a resolution supporting the ruling and validating state legislative maps. After learning about interest groups, I had the opportunity to share my experience of speaking with a lobbyist from the Wisconsin Counties Association with my class. In addition to my coursework at Trimper, I have the honor of holding leadership positions at my school. I serve as the Director of Community Service on Student Government Executive Board and the Publicity Chairperson for Key Club. I'm also a general member of various other clubs and associations. Participating in the Legislative Committee has strengthened my ability to confidently fulfill these roles and contribute valuable ideas and suggestions. The experience I gained this past year has been invaluable to me as I begin to make decisions regarding my future. I'm grateful for the real-life exposure this program has given me to the possibilities of a career in the field of law. Above all, the most important thing I learned during my first year on Youth and Governance was the many different components that go into creating a successful community. From maintaining the roads, to assisting people looking for jobs, to overseeing the planning and zoning of land, to providing emergency services, the efforts of many people with a diverse set of skills and expertise are needed to fulfill the many responsibilities of government. Participating in this program has opened my eyes to the various services that residents rely on Kenosha County for, and has made me a more informed citizen and future voter. I would like to thank everyone who's made this program possible, especially the Board of Supervisors, Ms. Baker, Ms. Reese, and Ms. LaFleur, and my mentor, Supervisor Franco. I'm looking forward to another equally rewarding year in the Youth and Governance program. Thank you.
Join me in thanking these members for their service to Kenosha County. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you to all the youth. At this time, we will have the appointments for the 2018-2019 Youth and Governance.
As in the past years, there continues to be tremendous interest in the Kenosha County Youth and Governance Program. We received 132 nominations representing youth from 10 high schools throughout Kenosha County. From these nominations, 33 youth submitted applications. The Planning and Development and Extension Education Committee interviewed 24 youth to recommend 14 names to Chairman Esposito and Vice Chairman O'Day. Thank you to the members of the PDAC Committee for their work. PDAC Chairman Aaron Decker, Supervisor Skalitsky, and Supervisor Poole. 2 current Youth and Governance members, Julia Arturi and Jonathan Filitro, also participated in the interviews. We will now appoint the 2018-19 Youth and Governance members to the Kenosha County Board committees. As I call your name, each youth, I will ask that you please state your name, your high school, your grade, and the name of their county board supervisor. Youth will receive an official Kenosha County pin from Daniel Esposito, Chairman of the Kenosha County Board, and Supervisor Aaron Decker, Chair of the Planning, Development, and Extension Education Committee. Please hold your applause until all youth are recognized. And parents, it's okay to take photos. Finance and Administration, Mentor Supervisor Gentz, Daniel Malako.
My name is Dan Malechko. I'm a sophomore at Bradford High School. I'm from District 4, and my county supervisor is Michael Goebel.
Annika Kat.
My name is Annika Kat. I am a junior at Bradford High School. My supervisor is Rick Dodge for District 5.
Human Services, Mentor Supervisor Nudo, Chance Sakowski.
I'm Chance Siskowski. I go to Harborside Academy, and I'm from the 12th District, and my county board supervisor is Boyd Frederick.
Isabella Ricker.
My name is Isabella Ricker. I am a junior at Tremper High School. I live in District 12, and my supervisor is Gabe Nudo.
Joint Services Mentor Chief of Staff, Tonkies, Jacob Mackey.
My name is Jacob Mackey, and I attend Wilmot Union High School. My district is 22, and my supervisor is Aaron Decker.
Not in attendance is Grace Bordeaux. Judiciary and Law, Mentor Supervisor Retzloff, Maria Grigno.
My name is Maria Grigno. I attend Westosha Central High School and I'm in 11th grade. My district is District 5 and my county board supervisor is Rick Dodge.
Mackenzie Van Dixhorn.
My name is Mackenzie Van Dixhorn. I am a sophomore at Christian Life School. I live in District 19, and my supervisor is Mike Stravinsky.
Legislative Mentor Supervisor Franco, Catherine Baldaga.
My name is Kate Bogdala. I'm a sophomore at Indian Trail High School. I'm in District 13, and my supervisor is John Franco.
Not in attendance is Elizabeth Van Kamen. Planning, Development, Extension Education, Mentor Supervisor Poole, Victoria Desimoni.
My name is Victoria Desimoni. I'm a sophomore at Westosha Central High School. I'm from District 19 and my supervisor is Mike Skalitsky. Thank you.
Haley Esposito.
My name is Haley Esposito. I'm a junior at St. Joe's, and I'm from District 16 with Supervisor Daniel Esposito.
Public Works and Facilities, Mentor Supervisor Skalitsky, Chaz Miles.
I am Chaz Miles. I am a sophomore at Burlington Catholic Central High School, and I live in the 22nd District, and my supervisor is Aaron Decker.
Javier Rotona.
I'm Javier Rotana. I'm a junior at Westosha Central High School, and I live in the 20th District, and Supervisor John Poole.
At this moment, parents, if you would like to take pictures, we'll pause for a minute if you would like to take pictures quickly.
How to use grandma's phone.
Jim, too. I'm not going to be here for the next few meetings.
Okay, next few?
Yeah.
2, 3?
Probably maybe 4.
With this one? Okay.
And then at 6 o'clock. Oh, she's Kathy.
Hi, John, you're vice chair. Oh, you should come back.
Okay. Yeah, I have a few. We look forward to the contributions of these youth. A reminder to you, youth, you will get out of this experience what you put into it. Make it a great year. Join me in congratulating these outstanding Kenosha County 2018-19 Youth in Governance members. Lastly, we acknowledge you, the Kenosha County Board, for your continued support of youth and governance. Thank you for providing this amazing leadership opportunity for our youth. Thank you. You may be seated.
At this time, I would like to extend a personal thank you to all the youth, and moving on, we'll start with citizen comments. Any citizens wishing to speak, state your name and address for the record. You have 5 minutes. Thank you.
Good afternoon, County Board. Michael Bell, 3317 13th Place. I was at one of our fine libraries the other day, and I picked up a book. It was called The Memoirs of Sherlock Holmes. In it, there was a story, and it was called Silver Blaze, and it was a mystery about the disappearance of a famous racehorse. And it happened the night before a race, and the horse's trainer was killed. I'm sure the attorneys in the room know the story. Holmes solved the mystery in part by recognizing that no one he spoke to in the investigation remarked that they heard a barking dog from the watchdog the night before the horse was stolen. In other words, the dog that didn't bark when you expected to led Holmes to the conclusion that the evildoer was no stranger to the dog. This is called a negative fact, or an absence of an expected fact. As you may know, in 2004, I had a son that was bent over a car in handcuffs when he was shot by a police officer here in Kenosha. On September 12th of 2017, I made an open records request to the Kenosha Police Chief, Chief Miskinis, about some communications that occurred. In that records request, I asked for information regarding consultants that worked on my son's death. Alan Friedman, William Galt, Stuart James, Robert Krentz, Louis Lewinsky, Raymond Merlin, John Peters, and Robert Willis. And to my surprise, I acquired 285 released records, 725 pages of content, and the city charged me $1,234 for all those documents. In the total review of the records, there was no mention of a coordination, motivation, location, filming, organizing, equipment, or scheduling requirements that the police department used to produce 2 reenactment videos in 2007 and 2008. This negative fact, or lack of expected fact, because I knew that this was a very complicated scenario, I expected there to be some mention in all of these emails regarding that, or other some type of communication. So I just simply left the matter unaddressed. And then on April 6th of 2018, I received a phone call from a resident here in the city of Kenosha. And I want to press that person for their identity. They informed me that one of their acquaintances worked for the city, and they had inner knowledge of the workings of the city. And they had informed me that those records that I was seeking were deleted by some members within the Kenosha city employment. So I was baffled by this. I went online and I recognized that there was an IT investigation called by the sheriff. He said indictments were going to come down. Those indictments haven't come forward as of yet. And I contacted the district attorney in Racine County, and also that county sheriff. And they told me that they're not going to release any records to me, that the matter was still open. So today I asked Sheriff Beth and I asked Sheriff Schmeling up in Racine County to include in his mandate of investigation a search for the emails regarding the Michael Bell case. In front of you, one of those expected facts that should have occurred is that I asked the city of Kenosha for a resolution, and I just made a publication of it online, and the next morning our district attorney contacted 15 of the 17 councilmen in the city and set up an appointment with them to talk about the Michael Bell case. I wondered why that unexplained and suspicious evidence occurred. So next week, in 2013, I was leaving a police and fire commission meeting, and the officer who placed the gun to my son's temple approached me, and he contacted me, and for 8.5 minutes, we discussed the shooting of my son. And because when I left that police and fire commission meeting, I had a live recorder in my pocket, and I recorded the whole conversation, and I've kept that conversation at bay. My private investigator who was working with me at that time, I took out a cell phone. He was sitting in his car, and he said, this is interesting, and he started filming Michael Bell and the officer that killed his son, and added this picture that you have in front of you. So once again, the dog that doesn't bark gives an indication, and I'm worried about the mayor and the district attorney not working on this matter. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other citizens' comments at this time? Citizens' comments? Any more citizens' comments? Seeing none, citizen comments are closed. Moving on, I have a few announcements of the chair. It is with great remorse I talked with the County Board Supervisors of the passing of Richard Kessler, who was a County Board Supervisor for 29 years, passed away last week. He served as a County Board Chairman from 2002 to 2004, so I'd please like to stand for a moment of silence. Thank you. Also, in some comments, on May 2nd, I, along with Supervisor Nudo, went to the Wisconsin County Association's board meeting. I put on the desk of all the chairmen of each committee a book that says 2050 Vision. Any other county board supervisor that would want one, just contact me directly. It was quite interesting. The meeting was well-attended, and the takeaway from the meeting was what we're doing here in Kenosha County is really forward-thinking. The issues were transportation and the issues were employment, issues that we've discussed over and over as supervisors. A big problem they feel is that we're not going to have enough people for jobs. So I urge every supervisor to take a look at this. It's quite interesting. Along with that, I also want to make one last comment on, I had a constituent reach out to me and wanted me to remind supervisors of open records requests under the Wisconsin statute 19.31. Any questions with that? Any supervisor can see me after the meeting. So with that, the county clerk has a couple of announcements.
Okay. I have one announcement. You received an email from me today about the cybersecurity training with IT. They sent out an email early May. They have not had a lot of response from the supervisors, so they would like you to look in your junk mail and your quarantine boxes, see if it's there. If not, please let me know, and I will make sure that you receive it. This is a mandatory training that needs to be done, I believe, by the end of the month. If you don't do the training, it takes about 20 minutes. There's a little test, and it's not that complicated. But if you don't take the test and you don't do the training, then you will not have access to your county email. So if you do not find it in your email box, please let us know, and we will make sure that you get that link to do the training. Having a problem. We're just having a little IT problem up here, Marty, with our screen. We have no idea what to do with it. There we go. Got it.
Okay,
That's all you
thank
needed to say.
Thank you very much. We're back on track. Moving on, we have supervisor reports. Supervisor Alderman, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll try to be brief. It's a very busy time of year for facilities and public works. Naturally, with the foul weather we've had, the golf courses have not been having their finest hour. But with the business plan that we have in place, we've performed the last 6 years, we are in very good shape. We have a whole lot of leagues signed up. We have 2 new ones this year. We have grounds that are in fantastic shape. So when the sun comes out, as it did this afternoon and the next couple of days, I'm sure we are going to be in business as usual. The facilities division, a lot of ongoing projects. I've talked about the parking ramp waterproofing. That work commenced on May 1st. We are working 4-day work weeks on that because of jury selection on Mondays, and that should be wrapped up mid-June. We are doing a body scanner for the Sheriff's Department that enables them to not have to do as much manual searching. Fire alarm panel replacements. Panels are obsolete in the administration building, Molinaro building, and these are smaller projects. They range from $17,000 to $24,000. They should be done by the end of this week. Courthouse rooftop unit replacement. Engineering and bid specifications are in progress. That work would be done in the fall, naturally, with the air conditioning system. The facilities projects, again, many projects ongoing. Sheriff, Joint Service, and Medical Examiner operations are all up and running in their new spaces. Public safety building, the large roof project that is scheduled for this summer. Work will start on 6/11 and be complete by 6/28. And we are looking at project managers for the Anderson Arts project. The Highway Department is gearing up for summer. We have 16.1 miles of paving scheduled. Besides the major projects that I have been reporting on, the largest one being S between 94 and H. That construction will be taking place in 2020. Pike River Trail project, some Foxconn-related projects that had us hauling spoils to our Highway C gravel pit, and some other resurfacing that we'll be doing for other municipalities. Parks Division, you see in the paper how the Bristol Town Hall was moved. Kemper Center, the Lakefront Studios are scheduled to open within the next 3 weeks. Katy Park, major construction this summer for a handicap boat launch and a actual washroom facilities. The Fox River Park Scouts have completed an overnight lodge in the old caretakers building, and the first playground equipment installed in Silver Lake Park in 47 years, or Fox River Park, excuse me, is about 2 days away from completion. Many of you were at the Brookside ribbon cutting today, and we consider that, except for some small punch list items, complete until we do some paving on a parking lot next fall. And I could go on, but I know that that's probably enough information for this evening, and I'll thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor. Supervisor Needle, you have the floor.
Thank you. And I will really make my report very short. Just a couple things. The Legislative Committee had their first meeting tonight, and we only discussed a couple things. One of them being we elected Supervisor Nerdigan as our second vice chair, and we discussed some of our goals on what to accomplish during our term. and we'll try to keep you guys informed on what will go on from now on. That's my report. As I say, I made it really short.
Okay, thank you very much. Any other supervisor reports? Seeing none, County Clerk? Gabe's done.
Sorry. Lost my train of thought. County Board Chairman. Okay, thank you. County Board Chairman appointments. Supervisor Monica Uhas to serve on the Joint Services Board.
Refer to Judiciary and Law.
New business ordinance, first reading to required. From the Finance and Administration Committee, an ordinance to amend the Civil Service Ordinance. Rose, yes. Frederick, yes. Gens, yes. Retzlaff, yes. Kubicki, yes. O'Day, yes. Ordinance 2 from Planning, Development, and Extension Education Committee, an ordinance regarding Dennis J. and Jean M. Poping, owner, request an amendment to the adopted land use plan map for Kenosha County 2035, map 65 of the comprehensive plan, from farmland protection and PEC to farmland protection, general agricultural, and open land impact, town of Brighton. Decker, yes. Skalitsky, excused. Poole, yes. Nordigan, yes. Rodriguez, yes.
Supervisor Decker.
It's not again. Move ordinance 2.
Motion by Supervisor Decker, second by Supervisor Poole. Supervisor Decker.
Thank you. This mic seems really loud. Thank you, Chair. This property is located on the east and west sides of 308th Avenue from the intersection with 45th Street, north to a point approximately 1,200 feet north of the intersection of 308th Avenue and 41st Street. The comprehensive plan amendment will allow a revision of map 65 of the comprehensive plan from farmland protection and PEC to farmland protection, general agriculture and open land, and PEC. The town of Brighton recommended approval of the request.
Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ordinance passes.
Ordinance 3 from the Planning, Development, Extension, Education Committee, an ordinance regarding Dennis J. and Jean M. Poping, owner, request a rezoning from A1 Agricultural Preservation District and C2 Upland Resource Conservancy District to A1 Agricultural Preservation District, A2 General Agricultural District, and C2 Upland Resource Conservancy District, Town of Brighton. Decker, yes. Skalitsky, excused. Poole, yes. Nordigan, yes. Rodriguez, yes.
Supervisor Decker.
Move ordinance 3, please.
Motion by Supervisor Decker, second by Supervisor Nordigan. Supervisor Decker.
Thank you. This is the same property as ordinance 2. The rezoning would allow the property to be subdivided from one approximately 130-acre parcel into two 40-acre parcels and one 17-acre parcel, and two 10-acre parcels and a 20-acre parcel. The town of Brighton recommended approval of the request.
Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ordinance passes.
Ordinance 4 from the Planning, Development, Extension, Education Committee, an ordinance regarding Leonard A. Jr. and Nona A. Hill, revocable trust owner, request a rezoning from R3 Urban Single Family Residential District and C1 Lowland Resource Conservancy District to R3 Urban Single Family Residential District and C1 Lowland Resource Conservancy District, Town of Wheatland. Decker, yes. Skalitsky, excused. Poole, yes. Nordigan, yes. Rodriguez, yes.
Supervisor Decker.
Thank you. Move ordinance 4, please.
I have a motion by Supervisor Decker and a second by Supervisor Rodriguez. Supervisor Decker.
This property is located on the south side of 65th Street, approximately 225 feet west of the intersection with 373rd Avenue. The Planning, Development, Extension, Education Committee sponsored the rezoning, would amend the wetland zoning to reflect current field conditions. The town of Wheatland recommended approval of the request.
Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ordinance passes.
Ordinance 5 from the Planning, Development, and Extension Education Committee, an ordinance regarding American Transmission Company, LLC owner, request an amendment to the adopted land use plan map for Kenosha County 2035, map 65 of the comprehensive plan, from suburban density residential to suburban density residential and governmental and institutional, Town of Wheatland. Decker, yes. Skalitsky, excused. Poole, yes. Nordigan, yes. Rodriguez, yes.
Supervisor Decker?
Move ordinance 5, please.
Thank you. I have a motion by Supervisor Decker and a second by Supervisor Poole. Supervisor Decker.
Thank you, Chair. This property is located on the north side of State Highway 50, approximately 470 feet west of the intersection with 381st Avenue. The comprehensive plan amendment will allow a revision of map 65 of the comprehensive plan from suburban density residential to suburban density residential and governmental and institutional. This is a town-sponsored comprehensive plan amendment to reflect what was approved by the Public Service Commission as part of the Spring Valley North Lake Geneva Electric Reliability Project. The Planning, Development, and Extension Education Committee reviewed the item at their meeting on May 9th, 2018, and recommends approval of the request.
Thank you. Any discussion in regards to this item? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ordinance passes.
Ordinance 6 from the Planning, Development, and Extension Education Committee, an ordinance regarding American Transmission Company LLC owner, request a rezoning from A1 Agricultural Preservation District to A1 Agricultural Preservation District and I1 Institutional District, Town of Wheatland. Decker, yes. Skalitsky excused. Poole, yes. Nordigan, yes. Rodriguez, yes.
Supervisor Decker.
Move ordinance 6, please.
I have a motion by Supervisor Decker and a second by Supervisor Nordigan. Supervisor Decker.
Thank you, Chair. This is the same property as ordinance 5. This rezoning is in conjunction with the previous comprehensive plan amendment and would allow the construction of a utility substation as approved by the Public Service Commission as part of the Spring Valley North Lake Geneva Electric Reliability Project. The Planning, Development, and Extension Education Committee reviewed the item at our meeting on May 9th, 2018, and recommends approval of the request.
Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ordinance passes.
Resolution, one reading. One, from the Finance and Administration Committee, a resolution, 2018 Information Technology Resolution, to recognize additional revenue and modify expenditure budgets for services incurred for the DKI Wi-Fi network from the City of Kenosha. Two-thirds vote. Rose, yes. Ron Frederick, yes. Gens, yes. Retzloff, yes. Kubicki, yes. O'Day, yes. Gable, yes.
Supervisor Rose, you have the floor.
Thank you. On behalf of the Finance Committee, I would move the resolution before you.
Thank you. I have a motion by Supervisor Rose and a second by Supervisor Ron Frederick. Supervisor Rose.
The city participates in the Wi-Fi downtown, and which is operated and maintained by our Information Technology Division. The additional $10,000 in this resolution is from the city to continue the maintenance of that downtown Wi-Fi system, which has been successful. The committee urges your support of this addition to our budget of $10,000.
Thank you, Supervisor Rose. Any discussion on this item? Seeing none, this is a two-thirds vote, so I'll call for a roll call. All those in favor say yes. All those opposed say no.
I believe it's a roll call.
Resolution passes unanimously.
Resolution 2 from the Finance and Administration Committee, a resolution authorizing transfer of a former gas station parcel taken by tax deed to the City of Kenosha and forgiveness of taxes and assessments. Rose, yes. Ron Frederick, yes. Gens, yes. Retzloff, yes. O'Day, yes. Kubicki, yes. Gable, yes.
Supervisor Rose.
The system.
A second by Supervisor Gens. Supervisor Rose.
The resolution is one which is requested by the city. It involves a gas station at the corner of 80th Street and 22nd Avenue, which has been abandoned for a number of years. There are past taxes due on this property. The city would like us to forgive those taxes and assessments so that it can restore the property for use for some commercial purpose in the future. We ask for your support of the resolution.
Thank you, Supervisor Rose. Any discussion on this item? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution passes. Clerk.
Resolution 3 from the Finance and Administration Committee, a resolution regarding the appointment of George Gregory to the Kenosha County Library System Board. Rose, yes. Ron Frederick, yes. Gantz, yes. Kubicki, yes. O'Day, yes. Gable, yes. Retzloff, yes.
Supervisor Rose.
The committee, on behalf of the committee, move the resolution on the appointment of Mr. Gregory to the library board.
Thank you. I have a motion by Supervisor Rose and a second by Supervisor Retzloff. Supervisor Rose.
The committee has reviewed the reappointment, and Mr. Gregory has been active on the board, and we support his continued service on that board.
Thank you. Seeing no lights, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution passes.
Resolution 4 from the Finance and Administration Committee, a resolution regarding the appointment of Sharon Acerbi to the Kenosha County Library System Board. Rose, yes. Ron Frederick, yes. Gantz, yes. Kubicki, yes. O'Day, yes. Gable, yes. Retzloff, yes.
Supervisor Rose.
We move the resolution to support the appointment to the board.
I have a motion by Supervisor Rose and a second by Supervisor Kubicki. Supervisor Rose. There you go.
Sharon Acerbi to serve on the Kenosha County Library System Board. The committee has reviewed that appointment and urges your support of it.
Thank you, Supervisor Rose. Seeing no lights, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution passes.
Resolution 5 from the Human Service Committee, a resolution to approve the reappointment of James Schmidt to the Kenosha County Veteran Service Commission. Grady, yes. Hallman, excused. Berg, yes. Nudo, yes. Gable, yes. Celebrity, yes. Rodriguez, yes.
Supervisor Gray, do you have the floor?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We encourage your approval of the resolution.
Motion by Supervisor Grady and a second by Supervisor Berg. Supervisor Grady.
He served successfully in the past. No issues. Continued support. Please approve.
Thank you, Supervisor Grady. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Resolution passes.
Resolution 6 from the Planning, Development, Extension, Education Committee, a resolution regarding Dennis J. and Jean M. Poping, owner, request an amendment to the adopted land use plan map for Kenosha County, 2035, map 65 of the comprehensive plan, from farmland protection impact to farmland protection, general agricultural and open land impact, town of Brighton. Decker, yes. Skalitsky, excused. Poole, yes. Nordigan, yes. Rodriguez, yes.
Supervisor Decker.
Move Resolution 6, please.
Thank you. I have a motion by Supervisor Decker and a second by Supervisor Poole. Supervisor Decker.
Thank you, Chair. This property is the same property as ordinances 2 and 3. The state requires a resolution from the PDEC committee and an ordinance from the full county board to amend the comprehensive plan. So this will get that done. The town of Brighton recommended approval of the request.
Thank you. Seeing no discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution passes.
Resolution 7 from the Planning, Development, and Extension Education Committee, a resolution regarding American Transmission Company LLC owner, requests an amendment to the adopted land use plan map for Kenosha County, 2035, map 65 of the comprehensive plan, from suburban density residential to suburban density residential and governmental and institutional, town of Wheatland. Decker, yes. Skalitsky, excused. Poole, yes. Nordigan, yes. Rodriguez, yes.
Supervisor Decker, you have the floor.
Move Resolution 7, please.
Thank you. I have a motion by Supervisor Decker and a second by Supervisor Nordigan. So Supervisor Decker.
Thank you, Chair. This property is the same property as ordinance number 5. And once again, the state requires a resolution from the Planning and Development and Extension Education Committee and an ordinance from the full county board to amend the comprehensive plan. The Planning, Development, and Extension Education Committee recommends approval of this request.
Thank you, Supervisor Decker. Seeing no discussion on this, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution passes.
Communications from Andy M. Bueller regarding future items scheduled before the Planning, Development, and Extension Education Committee.
Receive and file.
Claims, Zachary Fossbinder, vehicle damage.
Refer to Corporation Council.
Approval of the May 1st, 2018 minutes by Supervisor Elverman.
Supervisor Elverman, you have the floor.
I move the May 1st, 2018 minutes as submitted by the clerk.
Second. I have a motion by Supervisor Elverman, a second by Supervisor Gantz. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Minutes are approved. Can I have a motion to adjourn? Motion by Supervisor Kubicki, seconded by Supervisor Berg. All those in favor say aye. Aye. We're adjourned. Thank you.